It was 12:03 a.m. The house was glowing, not with barakah, but with screens. Areeba, 17, hijab loosely tied, lay curled in bed, eyes glued to a Netflix drama. The fourth episode in a row. Obsession, betrayal, suspense. Her heart was trapped in fiction. Across the hall, her brother Zayd, 20, shouted into his mic. A ranked game with friends. Laughs, insults, headshots. The world outside didn't exist until it did. A scream, not from the TV, a real one. Their mother. Zayd! Areeba! Come quick! They ran, socks sliding, hearts racing. There, their father, collapsed, limbs trembling, eyes rolled back, their mother holding him like he was slipping from her arms and from life. Zayd shouted. Areeba froze. Then chaos, sirens, stretchers, the beep of a heart monitor. In the ICU waiting room, the night felt darker than ever. The lights were on, but nothing felt alive. The doctor finally came out.
His blood pressure shot up severely. His condition is unstable. Pray. That's all you can do now.
Their mother broke down, but through her sobs, her words came like knives wrapped in silk. You both don't know how much he gave up for you. Zayd and Areeba sat frozen. He worked double shifts just so you could have that phone you scroll on endlessly. He skipped meals just to pay your school fees on time. You wanted that gaming laptop, Zayd? He skipped his diabetes checkups for 2 whole months just to save a little more for you. His only dream was to give you everything he never had, because when his father died, no one gave him that chance. All he ever wanted was for you to grow into mu'minin, salah on time, Quran with meaning, good character, a family that sits together, laughs together, lives for Allah. Her voice cracked. And what did we become? Strangers in the same house. Disrespect, arguments, screens, more important than souls. Zayd's throat tightened. He remembered tonight.
Abu, I'm going out with friends. Don't start again.
It's late, Zayd. Stay home.
You always ruin everything.
He stormed out. Minutes later, his father collapsed. His words echoed like curses in his mind. Did my anger break his heart? Silence. Then,
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allah.
the Fajr adhan pierced the hospital stillness. Zayd stood. He walked. Alone. No words. Just steps. He entered the masjid nearby. It was mostly empty. He prayed, but he couldn't say a word until after Salah. An old imam gently placed a hand on his back.
What's hurting you, son?
Zayd broke. Tears spilled, like they'd waited years. He told him everything. The imam listened, then smiled softly.
Have you heard of Owais al-Qarni radiyallahu anhu? Owais radiyallahu anhu lived in Yemen during the time of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His heart burned with love for the Prophet, a love so fierce it could move mountains. He longed to meet him, to see the light of his face, to hear his words.
The imam's eyes softened.
But there was a storm inside Owais's heart because his mother was old, blind, and severely ill. She needed him in ways no one else could understand. Every day, she depended on him entirely. Owais al-Qarni was torn between two loves, the desire to meet the Prophet and the sacred duty to care for his mother. One day he set out on a journey to Medina, his heart pounding with hope and longing. When he reached the city, he learned the Prophet ﷺ was not at home. His soul cried out to stay, to wait, to meet the one he loved most in the world. But then, his mind turned to his mother, helpless, blind, vulnerable.
The Imam's voice cracked with emotion.
He could not abandon her. Despite his burning desire, he chose to return. Not out of weakness, but out of the highest strength, the strength of love and obedience to his mother. The Prophet knew this sacrifice. He told his companions, "If you ever meet Owais, ask him to make dua for you." The caliphs Umar and Ali radiallahu anhum searched for him, seeking the blessing of his prayers, not because of who he was, but because of how deeply he honored his mother.
Zayd's tears poured freely. He saw himself reflected in that torn soul, torn between duty and desire, between the world and the hereafter. He whispered, "How many times have I let go of my own gate to Jannah for distractions? How many times have I chosen the easy over the sacred?" In the hospital, Areeba stood in the prayer room. She had just prayed Fajr for the first time in weeks. She opened her Quran app, a random ayah, or maybe destiny. "And your Lord has decreed that you not worship except Him, and to parents good treatment. If one or both of them reach old age, do not say to them, 'Uff,' and do not repel them, but speak to them a noble word." Surah Al-Isra 23. She froze, her breath caught. Uff, that word, the word she had thrown 100 times at her mother, casually, arrogantly. But now, sitting in a cold hospital prayer room, she realized Allah Himself forbade it. Her eyes filled with tears, her heart trembling. She dropped the phone, collapsed into sujood. She remembered the arguments, the eye rolls, the complaints. "Why do you care what I wear, Ummi? I'll pray later. You never understand me." And then it hit her. Her mother, the woman who once stayed awake through nights of fever, who made dua with every broken sujood, was now praying in sobs for the man she built her life around. She broke down. Sunrise broke the sky. The doctor came back. A smile.
He's stable now, still weak, but out of danger. You can take him home in 10 days.
That was the day everything changed. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Zayd took over his father's shop. He stopped gaming, started praying. He still laughed, but now with his father beside him. Areeba began helping her mother. She cooked. She read Quran aloud. She looked people in the eye and listened, really listened. One evening, their father got upset over something small. Zayd felt his temper rise, but this time he held it. He looked his father in the eyes and said,
"You're right, Abu. I'll fix it."
Areeba too found moments where her nafs wanted to snap, but she swallowed it, because now she saw her parents differently. They weren't obstacles, they were doors. One to be honored, the other under whose feet was Jannah.